So I suppose my opening question to you is, are you going to stay in your rooms at the Stonehill Inn? Are you going to head out of town and try and find somewhere quiet just to lay low? Are you going to just post some guards, perhaps? How are you going to tackle this?
So we did broach this subject last time because I broached it. Yes.
I think stay in the rooms but post a guard, I think, was the plan.
And you're all going to share a room, right?
Yeah. If that's no, there was a couple of rooms available, wasn't there? I think
me and
Lumi were going to bunk up.
Yep. Okay. No worries. That puts the very interesting Grundak and Shepherd and Brorna in the other room, and the potential for you to put some guards on duty outside the door, perhaps.
I'll take first watch. I can sit out in the corridor.
No problem. So
second watch.
Fair enough. So you have a good idea of guards, and you can certainly get some rest. You definitely got full bellies anyway. That's an important thing. No longer hungry.
Full of pie.
Full of pie. Good brown ale. So yeah. You definitely kind of all head in, start getting some rest. Those that are resting, is there anything you'd like to do other than just get some sleep?
For me,
prepping anything or doing anything? Medz,
The Bard and the Drow.
No. I know a story about that.
I don't know. Go into a bar. Okay, no worries. I just intrigued, just checking. That's all.
Is it if we do guard duty, do we get classed as having a long sleep?
Yes. You'll if you do one set of
2 hours or whatever.
Yeah, one set of a couple of hours, then I'll absolutely say you all are subject to a long rest, so you will get your healing back.
Okay.
Like your camera is zooming back and forth.
I'm gonna sort it out. It's doing my head in. It's on full on my face, I think. But I think for some reason it recognises my Jack Daniels bottle as my face, which I don't know how I feel about that.
If the boot fit,
Who'd have thought? Who'd thought?
Are you training an AI?
Yeah, it's a learning algorithm.
it is some bad 80s movie effects.
Let me see if I can get it just centered on something. How's that?
It's your face.
It's staying still, so that's a bonus.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. I'm getting motion sickness now.
Yep.
Right. Lumi, you definitely get the impression when you step into watch that this is kind of the dead of night. The town seems as quiet as it can possibly get. But I would like you to do a wisdom perception check for me, please.
Perception.
A perception check, please.
Yeah, I need to do that. 15.
Okay, that's pretty good. Yep, nothing.
Oh, sorry, hang on. No, yeah, it does. Adds on the bonuses already. Yep. 15.
Smashing. Yep, there's no nothing untoward during your time on watch. It seems to pass fairly quietly and fairly quickly. And before you know, you're handing over to somebody else. Who do you hand across to?
I don't know. Who was watch number 3?
Don't know.
I'll take a watch.
I should go and wait. Amarakis.
Give Amar a kick.
Breath weapon him.
Shattering crackers.
Sorry brother, you startled me. I was having a terrible dream.
Yeah, thankfully it'll just arc off me. Whatever. Joke shoulders, get into bed.
You hear a little bit of scratching and scraping from far downstairs, but you can go and take a little look if you like.
Sorry,
Yeah, I'll go and have a squiz.
Yep. You don't have night sight. Are you taking a source of light with you, or invoking light through magic?
If I've got a cantrip, yeah, I'll throw one up.
Sure.
Do I have a cantrip? Yes, I've got a light cantrip. I'll just do my gauntlet or something.
No worries.
Can I do the palm of my gauntlet so I can close my hand over it? Or is that too complicated for the spell?
No. I think that's fine.
All right, I'll do that so I can adjust the light level.
You head down and you're certainly able to kind of focus in on this scratching sound.
Yeah.
You'll note that there's a scratch that's actually emanating from the front door. When you get a bit closer, it sounds definitely like an animal scratching at the door.
I'll ready my warhammer and then fling the door open.
As a small cat looks up at you with huge eyes. Gives you a kind of little meow, white piebald cat. Kind of slinks in as if it lives here. As you kind of stand there menacingly with your poised to swing.
Oh shit!
I'll pick it up and give it a scratch behind the ears and shut the door again.
There's a definite kind of purring craziness as you scoop little Kitty up. You do see attached to the door a fairly rusty knife with a symbol pinned to it of a red circle piece of paper
marked.
Is there any charcoal in the fire grate?
There is.
I shall take a piece of charcoal and turn said warning mark into a smiley face and then shut the door again.
Fantastic. You
and I'll take the kitty and
expression. Shut the door. Kitty seems delighted and thrilled that you've let her inside.
Well, she'll keep me company on watch. I'll happily scratch her behind the ears for the duration.
Then you have gained a friend. Yes, you have gained White Kitty as your friend now. So yep, your 2 hours will pass.
I shall hand over the watch and Kitty to whoever's next.
Who would you like to select next?
Has Grundak done a watch?
He has. He did the first watch.
If you wake me up, you're going to get an axe in the face.
I've heard wizards like unbroken sleep, so I'll gently awaken Shepherd.
We love it. I think we need it every night.
You are roused from your slumber by a blue dragon bearing down on you with a cat that's looking remarkably concerned that you might get eaten.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
I'll shut him and beckon him to follow.
It's this terrible thunder sound from emanating from somewhere close by.
If you join me in the corridor, Medz, Shepherd, I'll just you to follow me downstairs.
Okay.
I'll open the front door and show you the warning symbol that was left there.
Well, it's actually now black charcoal.
Yeah, you can probably see what was originally the artwork. Mm-hmm. I'll mention that I adjusted it to make it more friendly.
Yeah, I gathered. I approve.
Yeah. So I'll shut the door again, hand you the kitten, and wish you luck in your watch.
There you go, cat.
The fuck?
It seems to come with the watch.
Yeah. No, interestingly enough, you hand the cat across to Shepherd, and the cat goes goes for the jugular and then jumps out of your arms.
Okay.
Like,
you didn't get plus 10 faction.
WTF? As the cat kind of slinks away, showing you his arm.
I'm sure he'll come around.
I'd rather he didn't.
Hope your watch goes quietly. Good night.
Your time passes without any problems, and actually by that point, the sun is starting to rise. You can hear some definite the crowing of cockerels and such like from the farmlands that surrounds Phandelver. And people start to move, but they clearly get up early in this kind of frontier town. So you can start to hear people moving about outside. Get up and decide what you're going to do. Perhaps grab some breakfast here in the inn.
It's a cat around.
There's the faint smell of bacon.
Then we ain't going anywhere until that bacon is consumed.
Grundak would be up as soon as the sun comes up.
And in fairness, most of the village share that trait. So you can all head downstairs. Brorna kind of blinking.
Yeah, I'll kind of be more dragged up, really.
Okay.
Come on,
She
breakfast.
zaps the cat.
Well, man, drow are like teenagers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I was going to say you'll see the cat walk past, and there's the burning embers of firebolt starts calling her hand.
Racial proficiency whip.
You guys head across, and the delightful Toblin, his wife Trelena, who's the cook here, will come out with a kind of big skillet of bacon that's cooking and start to put thick slices of bread onto plate. Fortunately, there's only either milk, water, or ale for breakfast. So
Ale it is then.
Water for me.
So, you get yourself breakfasted, but breakfast is a good time for talking. So planning perhaps what you're going to do today.
Well, I'm definitely a morning person, so I'll be chirpy. Good morning.
I've been up for about 3 hours, so I'm fine. I'm like well into my day right now.
Anything else happened during the night, or just the drawing?
Drawing?
Nothing.
I'll go and retrieve it from the front door of the inn, Phil, before any patrons or anything see it. I'll bring it over to the table, just lay it on the table. We were threatened in the night.
By a smiley face.
No, I changed it to something less threatening.
What was it?
Just a red circle.
Oh.
Do we know what it is?
I presume it's a red band.
Yeah.
A red band?
I don't think we made any friends.
The name of the ruffian group.
Where were you last night? Before you turned back up at the inn. Where did you go?
We went to see the cleric, Sister Galinea? Garael.
How did it go? Can we count her as an ally?
We can, I think. She has given us a lead to follow. She says the boy Carp, the halfling son, he may know a lead to the base of operations of this group.
Really?
Yes. She also said they have a leader, a man they called Glass Staff, and she pronounced it as 2 words. And she suspects he's a magic user of some kind.
Seems to me we've got a couple of choices then. We either cut the head off the snake, if we can find it, or we spend a couple of nights doing some guerrilla warfare and cutting down the numbers first.
My worry about doing the latter is that they may start punishing the villagers for our actions.
That was going to be my follow-up statement.
We should speak to the boy. We should speak to the boy first.
Definitely.
He has a lead. He has more information that could be valuable to us.
I think you should send Shepherd. I think all of us might be a little intimidating for him.
I think we should move in pairs at least. We have been marked, and it may not be safe for us to walk around alone.
Okay.
In fairness, as you're kind of chatting, Trelena, who's kind of clearing up plates and stuff, hears you kind of say, "Oh, it might be a bit overwhelming for Carp to see all you guys turn up." She'll laugh at that and kind of chuckle and walk across, and she'll sort of says, almost half over her shoulder, "I think you'd make his month," as she walks away.
Okay then. I guess that's
decided.
Decision made. We'll go en masse.
I'm going to use the best because we're likely to get bum rushed if they're going to attack us because they're going to try and swarm us by numbers. So.
I hope they try.
Well, I don't.
You hope they don't. If numbers suggest anything, there are 20 or more of them. So if they bum rush you, you'll all get fucking jobbed. So
it's not going to change my attitude.
Okay. So yeah, Alderley Farm is your destination then. Everybody within town knows where Alderley Farm is and can quite easily point you in the right direction. It's kind of
wasn't it down near a river or something?
It's actually southeast, just past the Townmaster's Hall.
I'll be right back. My phone.
It's just past the Townmaster's Hall, so you can head down there. And seeing as it's clearly a farm, one would assume they'll be up early, tending to the land. So you heading across kind of kitted as you are with all your bits and pieces?
Yeah.
I'll
And I'm
keep
keeping
one
an
eye
eye.
open.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye for exactly how many. I mean, I'm guessing not many of them are going to be up early, but I am keeping an eye to see if we spot any of the ruffians.
The only person that really sees anything is Grundak there, and you definitely get the glimmer of the red on an armband behind one of the buildings near the town hall, near the townmaster's hall, and he kind of slips away as he sees you guys exit the stone hill inn. He slips down the side of the building and he's gone.
Looks like he's off to tell somebody about our movements.
Mm-hmm.
No worries. So if you head to Alderley Farm, you take a little meander southeast, and sure enough, you'll see a pretty little farm gate. Someone turn the TV on.
Sorry, I have the Goonies theme tune for one of my ringtones. And
No
they're
awesome. As you approach the farm and this kind of like ranch style fencing, you can see a wooden sign that quite clearly in common states Alderley Farm, kind of little alder tree leaf as the symbol for it. Over the far side, you can see a very well tended set of fields, and even from this distance you'll be able to see a fairly stocky looking but very short lady with sort of browny blonde hair working in the field.
Open the main gate.
Open up. There's a little bell on the gate, so as you open it makes a little tinkling sound, and she'll sort of straighten up a little and turn and look back across at you guys.
The giants.
Yeah, as she sees a bunch of people kind of walk into the front, she kind of walks out of the field, leaves the kind of tool that she was using, and walks over and dips her hands in a bucket, washes her hands and face as you guys walk over towards her. As you get a bit closer, she doesn't seem to give you much of a double take, actually. She doesn't seem that like most of the villagers, a bit like, whoa. She seems quite cool and calm and nods. How can I help you folk?
Morning, good lady.
Morning. Like I say, how can I help you?
Looking for carp.
You're looking for carp? She says, sort of
Alarm
incredulously,
bells.
looks towards the house, and then she turns back and goes, and what has he broken?
Nothing. Actually, we're hoping he could.
Like, whew, sighs.
Hoping he can help us with something.
Her eyes will narrow a little and she'll walk towards you. As she gets close, you realise she's probably 3.5 feet tall. She's a halfling in her mid-40s, and she'll reach her.
My God, I thought you were just a long way away.
Wash her hands, and she'll walk up. Shepherd, if you're in the front, she'll walk up and extend a hand to you, and she'll kind of, give you a fairly pleasant smile. She'll say, "Well, I'm Colleen Alderleaf, and it's good to meet you. If you'd like to sit and help yourself to water, I'll go and fetch Carp, and we can see if he's able to help you. I'm not sure you need much help. You look fairly able to help yourselves, one would argue." And with that, she'll kind of trots off towards the building.
I'll just sit down cross-legged where I am.
It
I
doesn't.
like it here. We could be gods here.
We could be gods here. Not more than a minute later, Colleen walks back, and stood next to her, probably a 2.5 foot tall, sandy-haired halfling boy walks next to her with a wooden sword strapped across his back, and a little Taj shield strapped to the back of his hand, and his chest puffed out, no shoes on, like he's the warrior here, right? He walks across proudly, chin up, and he still has to look up a little bit to see you guys as he gets close. And amusingly, he puts his hand to one side as if to kind of tell his mum to stop. And he walks forward. He goes, puts his hands upon his hips, Can I help you, gentlemen? He says with a smile.
Can we keep him?
All the massive.
Familiar.
I will trade you a cat for your son, woman.
Cow.
I mean, I'm sat.
Looking very proud.
Sorry, that's just my funny poem. Can we keep him?
Grundak, you're taller than Carp and you're sitting down. So.
Party mascot.
Yeah. So look down.
He clearly hasn't twigged that Brorna with your hood up.
No,
is
no.
A female. He's like, gentlemen, anything I can help you with?
I'll nod to him respectfully. Am I addressing Carp?
You are. He says with a smile.
We come seeking your counsel.
Perhaps we should go inside then, and sit around our good table, and talk of business.
I'll look dubiously at their dwelling.
Looks across at his mom as if, is that okay? She'll nod. Like, please follow me.
Phil,
He said,
Phil,
We would be honoured.
Phil, would we fit inside?
Yeah, yeah.
It's
It's clearly a normal size. It's a human dwelling with halflings in it, so a lot of their furniture is a bit smaller, but it's built
I'll
on
put-
it. If you remember, built on
I'll
wood
give
shell.
you a hearty slap on the shoulder to Amarakis as we go past and shoot him a big grinning smile and follow the little boy in.
So
I'll just stand up.
in you go into a big. You go into a big kitchen that's not that dissimilar from the shooting lodge, right? So head down a couple of steps, walk into a big farm kitchen with a big rustic table. There are little stools beside the various different kind of cupboards and stuff so they can step up to it. But Carp will wander in like he's the boss and gesture towards seats. But please, take your seats, gentlemen, he says with a smile.
If they look like they'll hold me, I'll take a seat.
Yeah, they're pretty sturdy. They're pretty sturdy fare.
Sit down.
He'll kind of clamber up onto a stool and stand there at the end of the table.
I'll just sit
No.
cross-legged on the floor again.
What are these matters of business that you wish to talk to me about? Says Carl with a smile. These matters of business.
It's a Geordie.
He's just a small boy.
PJ and Duncan.
We come seeking information about the ruffians in town.
Oh, you've come to the right.
We have heard
Come
you
to
may
the-
have privileged information about their lair.
You are correct, sir. You are correct. I was scouting. His mother goes scouting near Trassander Manor over in the east, in the woods to the south.
I'll look across at Shepherd because his guess was right.
Undertaking a mission of great importance, and I happened to see two of the biggest, ugliest ones sloping into a little cave. I did see. I certainly did.
A cave.
It's valuable information, I think. He says with a nod.
I think so too.
I agree. Just
Could be the difference between success or failure for us. Can you tell us how to find this cave?
I can. There's a small footpath that leads just out of our eastern field that curves round towards the manor and comes in down on the southern edge. It's difficult to follow, but a master tracker like myself could probably take you. I have skills in that department, he says with a little smile.
I'll keep a poker face.
You keep your poker face.
I look to his mother.
Colleen kind of looks a little concerned. You know I don't like you playing over near the manor. Rumour is it's haunted. And like Carp looks like...
Rumours are usually used like that to keep unwanted visitors out, my lady.
And what be your purpose, gentlemen? Says Carp. What be your purpose with the ruffians?
We have been threatened by them,
Well, that's to be expected.
and we wish to know which direction trouble may come from.
Well, you're not that far from the sleeping giant tap house where they frequent and have their beers. which is not too far from here. So you can assume they'll be there. And like I say, I've seen a couple of them down by the manor, going in a cave. But then again, I have told you this already.
Did you go into the cave?
No. You see, I was on a scouting mission. It looks a little kind of dubious though, because that voice is not the voice of a man. Excuse me though, am I addressing a lady? He says with a sort of inquiring gaze.
You are indeed, kind sir.
He'll really politely kind of step down off the little stool that he's standing on, or walk across towards Brorna where she sat, and he'll extend a hand as if going to take your hand.
I'll extend my hand.
It's a pleasure to meet you, my lady. And he'll lean down and kiss on the back of your hand. A pleasure to meet you.
I'll look across at his mother.
What a gentleman.
She just kind of like just shakes her head and starts scrubbing potatoes. She's like, what is there anything else?
Every party needs a carp.
Do you know anything of the leader?
The leader? Well, it's funny you should ask. Because, like I say, I've been scouting and stuff. And I would say that there's two big doormen, heavies. They're on the door, they're doormen. So they're on the door of the Sleeping Giant tap house. And they're doormen. And then there's definitely, there's sergeants. They've got two bands. And I'm pretty sure I've seen a captain as well. So they got rank. They're like the military. In fact, one would argue that maybe they've been to Neverwinter or something.
The two that went into the cave. What rank were they?
Oh, they were just grunts. I didn't want to waste my time with them. Those were the sort of throwaway gesture.
I think it would be a good place to start.
I agree. We need to know what's in this cave in this manor house.
There's not much left of the manor house now. What years and years ago, before we came here, hundreds of years, even hundreds, older than even you. Hundreds of years. They were really old. It was a proper manor house. It was
cellars
with cellars.
It's on a hill though, isn't it? It's built on a hill. There's plenty of rooms.
Yeah, catacombs. Indeed.
I will reach into my pouch. I will pull out a gold piece.
Carpal.
And I will place it on the table. I'll put it on the table and say, "That was valuable information."
He'll look at the gold piece.
And I'll slide it across towards him. But I'll make sure I catch his mother's eye as well, so she knows what's going on. She can see it. In other words, he doesn't get to spend it all at once.
He'll kind of look
at a lot of 10p mixes.
Yeah, exactly.
10 copper mix. Woo!
He'll reach over towards it and pluck it off the table. He does have to sort of reach up a little bit to get at it, but he'll snag it off the table and he'll hand it to his mom.
Knock that off my sheet.
Who puts it to one side. That's very kind of you, sir, but there's really no need for the money. But I appreciate the gesture.
Just talking to us, just mentioning anything about these ruffians, I think there's every need for it.
Have they troubled you here at all at the farm?
We know to keep our heads down. And I try to keep Carp out of the way of them.
Do you know anything of the woodcarver?
I do. I mean, it's horrible what happened to him. We all feel heartbroken that he's gone, and his wife and his children. I mean, no one knows where they are. They just disappeared one night. Their little house is empty. So I mean, who knows what could have happened? And they must have left in a hurry. Like I say, their stuff's still there. We've just been keeping an eye on it, really.
Where's the house?
Oh, just to the west. I'm sure any of the people can send you over to Thel's place. He was a wood carver. He's got this sculpture of a fox that's outside that he made in wood. You can tell the place. But yeah, his wife and son and daughter are gone. So maybe they left, but she looks away and goes, but maybe they didn't.
I think we have further investigation that we should do.
I think so.
Wasn't when there was original mention of Carp, wasn't there a mention of a father figure as well? I'm sure there was, rather than
he may join us. It was said.
Oh, okay.
But,
So the only other thing is, as you kind of go to get up or whatever it is, once you finish your bits and decide when you're about to head off, Carp will turn to his mother and he'll say, "Should we tell him about Radoth?" She'll turn and look at him. "You can tell him if you want." Carp will say, "Yeah, well, if you're looking for places around the area and you seem interested in places, we knows of a druid that, he sort of ranges around these parts. Radoth, his name is. He's a druid, yeah."
Do you know where he is?
What's he look like?
Well, that depends. Sometimes he's like a wolf, and sometimes he's a fox, and sometimes he's a man, sometimes he's a bird. That would be really cool. But, it depends. But he's a good man.
Has he
I
ever
think
been
our
a
paths
cat?
may have crossed inadvertently.
Really? You've seen him already? Well, he tends to stay north of here, but if you see him out and about and you call his name, if he hears it, I'm sure he'll come and help. He's a good man. He's a good man. This car.
Human, then?
I'm not sure. He'll look at his mum as if I'm not sure. Mum looks back and goes, never really spoken to him for any length of time. Looks a bit more like an elf to me. But I hope it was helpful. Don't get yourself killed, she says with sort of vaguely hopeful tone.
we will try.
We'll far
work
too
hard.
busy to die today.
Carp will kind of follow. He'll head out with you guys as you head towards the gate.
I'll salute him as we go.
He'll draw his wooden sword, which has been lovingly carved probably by his mother for hours, and salutes in a kind of, It's been lovely to meet you, all of you. I'll tell stories of you to the other children.
Very good to meet. Very good to meet you, young sir.
Good to meet you as well. I hope you don't die, and it'd be good to see you again if you're wandering past.
We'll pop in once we've dispatched the
And he'll
ruffians.
make a kind of, as vaguely polite bow as he can towards you, Brorna. Say, thank you, my lady, for gracing our house with your presence.
You're very welcome. Most certainly back home. I take you in as one of my slaves. And I'll laugh. It's a joke.
Very humour.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable silence.
Interesting enough, he totally hasn't pieced the whole drow thing together, so when you say drow humour, he'll look a bit pale. He'll run back inside, leaving you guys by the gate.
Hey!
Mom, get the bleach.
Get the bleach.
To my mouth.
Or lie in my mouth.
Well, that was productive.
Aye.
And
Eastfield.
I'm guessing our unusual footprints when we were on the road can be explained by the druid now.
I would suggest we don't tip our hand too early about the cave entrance. Perhaps we should speak to the druid first.
That means we find him.
You're a
Missed
tracker.
that, did I? The
We
druid.
need to.
So you can,
We-
from where you're stood by the farm, you can see the wood and a set of paths going into it, which is south of Trascenda Manor. So you can see that vague location right now. You can actually from here also see the Sleeping Giant tap room, which looks like a sort of scruffy 2-story building.
I really want to go and have a drink in there.
I could try
We
out my
need to-
Dragonborn voice.
Yeah, we need to make sure as well. You know, we've come here. I certainly didn't check where we were followed. We could be leaving these people quite vulnerable if they're checking out where we're going.
The only person who had eyes on us ran off to tell the second we left the inn.
Yeah. So what? So we could be watched.
Presumably.
Not currently. We were.
Well, I don't want to come back and find his head on a spike.
I agree.
To the druid then?
So
How do you
if,
propose we find the druid?
Well, he found us previously. Let's.
No, he didn't. He avoided us.
We'll go back to where we saw him.
I missed this. Sorry, I missed a bit there.
So
Druid.
you guys, so you don't. To be honest, you don't know that was Rydolph, but
No.
you, there was
No, we
there was
don't.
a suggestion that you may have seen something cross the path, which was a day's.
It was
journey.
you that saw it, Matt. Yeah.
Oh, I saw that.
That
I
was
saw that.
a day's journey southwest or sort of westerly from this.
Yeah, and then I
location.
read the tracks.
read the
It's a
tracks and it
wolfie.
looked like the light walk of a wolf, but it looked like a slow.
Well, it started as man footprints, didn't it? And then all of a sudden there was wolf
No,
footprints.
it was bent
No.
grass. There was no
Yeah.
footprints, no male footprints.
Okay.
What do we hope to gain from the druid? Do we know that or not?
I'll just shrug.
We know that he
Assistant
watches goings on.
information.
Where he can take the
Root.
shape of a bird, a fox. Perhaps he's been watching.
Cat, maybe.
Okay, so basically everybody bar Brorna sees.
Grundak got 20 as well.
Yep. So everybody bar Brorna sees a group of 4 come out of the sleeping giant tap room, and Grundak, you recognise the guy that you saw spying on you earlier, and he points in the general direction of Alderleaf Farm, and the 4 start to head in this direction.
No.
Yes.
No, as in
Yes, they are heading in this direction.
unsheath my axe. No.
Not quite sure I understand what you mean.
As in, I'm not going to let. Are they heading towards us, or are they kind
Yeah,
of?
they're about 100 feet, maybe no, probably 100 yards away at the Sleepy Giant Inn. They have come out of the entrance, and
They're going to come directly past
and
us.
the guys just point towards the Alderleaf Farm, and so 4 of them are walking in your direction.
Right, fine. I'll just unlimber the axe then.
Okay.
Whoa, what's going on?
What are you doing?
Have any of the guys walking out got weapons drawn?
No.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'll head over. They're heading over this way, though. You can definitely see them.
Leaning on my axe.
Let's move away so we can tell whether they're heading for us or the farmhouse.
I agree.
Okay. Yeah, that's quite easy to move out of the
Start.
way.
Start a fight here, and the entire inn will empty onto us.
I am not going to let them intimidate or hurt those on the farm.
I agree.
And you can't save them if you're dead. So you let them walk past us, get further away from the inn where they can't be seen at the inn, and we take them out on the road.
This makes good sense.
So which way are you heading there, guys? Are you moving back more in towards the village, or are you moving out towards the fields?
Out
See if-
towards the fields.
We need to move
Not to
out.
the
We need
east.
to do a circuitous route to come back round towards the farm so we can intercept
Yeah.
them on the road.
Okay. Yeah, you can head. If you head kind of north and east, there is a road. There's a road that heads through town. That track, and you will see them. They clearly clocked you, and you'll see them adjust their trajectory to head towards you.
Oh, so they're coming for us.
All right.
Seems so.
And Shepherd's plan seems a good one. Let's lead them a bit further away.
Keep them away, and then when we remove them, we can just hide the bodies.
Okay.
So we've
Those-
agreed that we don't play nice tonight.
Yes.
Morning.
You will see.
I've had bacon.
You will see that you remember Carp mentioned that there were doormen.
Mhm.
You can actually see the doormen from here as you head across. They're two pretty big half-orcs,
Whoa.
and sort of actually quite similar to Grundak in stature. Stood on the porch either side of the kind of doors, stood by posts, which are kind of leaning at them. But like I say, these three guys with a sergeant that's got two red bands on his arm heading in your direction. The guys are wearing kind of leather jerkins, sort of pretty, to be honest, pretty poor quality clothing, sort of scuffed and dirty boots. The sergeant's got a bald head with a sort of nasty scar across his face. But they're kind of making a beeline towards you.
What kind of scar? Because didn't the cleric get stabbed by somebody with a scar? And she told you that, didn't she?
She did.
You did, but I don't think he told that to anybody else.
No, no. Okay, fair enough. I'm not saying that I would recognise it. I'm just reminding Mike that he heard.
That's good because I had forgotten.
Yes, I know.
There's a guy with a scar across his face.
Mm.
And he walks across. You can see that each one of them has at their side a short sword. You can see the handle of knives in boots. And the lead guy has a pretty vicious looking club strapped to his back now that you get closer, with rivets driven through it. And he'll kind of rock up. Are you letting them get close, or you?
Well, I guess the idea is to draw them away so they're out of sight of the doorman, isn't it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You can head off a little way, but like I say, they're kind of marching over here. So unless you kind of pick up the pace, they'll meet you pretty much at the edge of the village.
Mm. Shepherd, are you doing the talking?
This is not. Don't think this is going to be a time for talking.
You think we're going to engage straight away?
Pick the pace up.
Okay. So you pick the pace up. You pick the pace up a little bit. And
They haven't hailed us, so there's no reason for us to.
You see a big kind of half black teeth smile from the main guy as they pick up their pace. And you can see the edge of the town, right? So a little edge of the village, a little marker. And as you get closer towards it, the sort of, we'll call him the sergeant if you like, will hail you. Oi! Oi, you fuckers!
Ignore him. It'll piss him off. Keep going. Distance. Make him chase us. It'll piss him off.
He'll get to the kind of edge of the village, and he'll stop. And he calls out, "Fuck off and don't come back," he says with a big smile. Fucking cowards. He turns.
Stop.
Turn around.
Turn around.
Yeah, turn around.
Turn around.
What
Great,
did
we've got
you
a
say?
pair of Mike McFly's. Brilliant.
He'll arch an eyebrow as he turns
You
back.
call me chicken?
Here, strangers. It's
Oh, yeah,
time
that's
for
so
you to
naff.
move on. He sort of calling across to you. It's time for you to move on. I suggest you carry on the path and get out of town.
Becking him over.
He sort of chuckles. No, you're already on your way. Carry on and fuck off. Don't come back. You can leave that chest. We'll take that as price for your petulance towards our people. So leave that. Fuck off. Don't come back.
Who else is near the edge of the village?
Just them. 4 of them. You're not that far away from the inn, I've got to say, right? So 50 yards, So 60 yards. You're still sort of in sight. It's not. This is not a big town, right? This is a small place.
I think we need to just.
Yeah.
We need to just walk away. I think at this point, otherwise they're all going to descend on us, and that's a bad idea.
I'm walking back.
You're walking back towards them.
I'm right alongside Lumi.
Come on, Shepherd, you're with me on this, aren't you? This is bad.
I'm
idea.
gonna somebody roll persuasion for me. I'm gonna try and fucking stop those two and make them see the error of their ways. This is where you need to play the long game. Play the long game. You'll get satisfaction now by killing 4 of them, and the rest of them will come out, lay us to waste. We lose. Is that really the smartest play?
You guys know that it's.
I'll stop. I'll stop. I will look at you and say,
Win one battle and lose the war. Is that the wisest course of action?
we have work to do here.
I'll turn around, turn my back to Baldy, and stalk back. Stop making sense. I'll keep walking.
This leader is the force that's binding them.
You hear a roar of laughter from the 4 of them as they kind of congratulate themselves for running you off.
Yep. I'll say there is a greater victory that we have to win here.
Greatest weakness you can exploit in an enemy is have them underestimate you.
Those are wise.
Let them think they've won.
You are welcome to head deeper into the forest, or perhaps continue on the trail which leads east of here and runs alongside Trussender Manor.
Are we seeking the druid, or are we have another plan?
I think seek the druid. We can always do with extra help, can't we?
Or you could.
If you'd like to tell me how we're going to do this, and we're not going to blind you around shouting as your druid's name.
Exactly.
I can't think of any better way of doing it, really.
You could.
Then let's go to the cave.
You could just move to range and just firebolt, draw them off into the woods, or you could go and find the cave. By the sound of it, you've been given a reasonable idea of where it might be. So, Carp's description is
Yeah,
okay.
I'm confident we can find the cave, but I think it really sort of states our intent if we approach it. There's no more mucking around if we arrive at their front door.
Well,
Yeah.
we've got so many options. We've only got so many options. And inaction isn't one of them.
We should find the druid. We should work who out is on our side.
He could be anywhere.
And anything.
A skillful shapeshifter, that could be a powerful.
It is a fool's errand to chase the druid. If he wants to be found, he will know what we're up to.
Yeah, the bulk of their force is in that inn. All the thugs and whatnot.
Okay. Can someone give Medz a roll?
What's your
Just
bonus?
do a D20 plus 5, please, mate.
I get with my mine for survival. I think mine's got to be the 18 because the 5 is just 3 plus 2, which wasn't actually my roll.
7 for Medz.
No one gets a great roll. However,
On a plus
Brorna?
5. Brilliant.
Brorna, you're pretty sure that from what you know of the tales that pertain to druids, they tend to range over a vast area. I mean, maybe 50 square miles. You know, they have huge.
I'll relay this to everybody.
So, whilst you might be lucky, the chances are, you could spend days trying to track down the druid.
That was my point. I was equating him to one of our shamans.
Well, you don't need to make that point because Brorna's just made that point.
Whatever.
So, yeah, you relay it. Like I say, you could find Radoth, but the chances are you may spend days and days looking for him. So, decide on your purpose. I mean, which one of you is the leader after all?
Five.
That would seem the next logical place to look.
You can't do anything in town. You can't do anything in town. Because there's 20, 30 guys hanging around the Sleeping Giant Inn, and even if they're a bunch of absolute moronic thugs, numbers will eventually tell. On open ground, being assailed by clubs and swords and shot at with arrows, dead meat. That's the bulk of their force. Surely their crucial binding individuals, their leaders, are located at this hideout